now! Come on, kill something now! Yeah!
Seeing that text box appear makes me a little bit concerned, because I'm pretty sure that she'd already assumed her mist form and had returned to her casket. The fact that Hexaat currently has 5 out of 65 hit points, where she only had 1 hit point before, makes me even more worried because she isn't standing with everyone else. Okay game, where is Hexaat right now? What is Hexaat doing over there? Is she even in the boundaries of the map? Barely. But we can't command her to go anywhere. That's because she's probably actually beyond the boundaries of the map, and this isn't somewhere where people are programmed to be able to move. There's only one conclusion that we can make, and that's that Hexaat took one look at the rest of the dungeon, decided that she couldn't be bothered to take care of all of this, and went beyond the boundaries of reality. In fact, you can actually see where the boundaries of the map are. There's an area here that is slightly lighter in colour, and we're well beyond that. This means that we can't progress anymore, because we can't rest due to the party being scattered, and even if Hexaat were able to regain her physical form over there, which she can't because she can't get to her casket, we can't get her back here, which means that even if we somehow manage to clear the rest of this dungeon, we can't get out because we need her in her physical form, I imagine, to teleport us away via Tomb Walking. So we're in an unwinnable state right now. Hurrah! Oh wait, not hurrah. This means I'm going to have to play through the dungeon again to get back to this point, though I may be able to do it a little bit better. I just need to make sure that if Hexaat does fall, then I wait until she's regenerated before I save, because saving while she's in her mist form tends to mess things up, it would seem. And I don't like that. Oh no, I don't. Also, this tomb has some really good lighting for being a place that's been abandoned for so long. Why didn't I notice that before? Give me one moment, and we'll be right back. Hopefully, without breaking reality.
Come on, what about now? Let's kill!
Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And when last we left off, I've managed to get back to the point I was at before, with Hexaat in the party, though she did still perish in the area full of spikes. At least I was able to figure out why she got stuck there. It's because of the statue. You may notice that she's currently carrying 1,043 pounds. And that's because this statue is cursed, and when you get to this point it suddenly weighs 1,000 pounds, which means that she's not going anywhere. I also imagine the reason why that furious Jinn appeared is because we were carrying this lamp of oil, but hey, the Jinn appearing did help us deal with the Guardians here. So with all that out the way, and the statue dropped to the floor, it's time to progress, but not before I get a stone skin cast, because we want to have Edwin as ready for the threats ahead as possible. We also want Hexaat detecting traps, because there'll probably be more of them. I anticipate this room is going to be full of peril. Hello?
There's no Shroud here. Let's move on.
Agreed.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm Terry. I seek the Shroud of the Unproved.
Then you seek your own doom.
Great. You're all gonna be wizards, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh joy. Can I at the very least silence one of you? Silencing you would be great. Not fast enough, it would seem, so we're going to have to get the simulacrum helmet going and just have at thee. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with you fast enough that... Oh, you have a lot of spells going off. I don't rate my chances, but I'll see what I can do. Let's get a haste going here. Let's get some arrows flying. We'll get some +1 arrows going. We'll get some very high enchantment sling bullets. And we'll hope we can do some. Okay, we've managed to deal some damage to you. Maybe you're not as tough as I thought you were. Going to get some berserk going off here. There we go. One berserk, and we'll get your berserk off. And now you're all hasted. One hit may be all we can manage, though. whatever spell that was, it didn't do very much. I think it was just something to lower our ability to hit. Let's get something like a chain lightning going off here. We'll slowly whittle down all of the defenses you have. That's... oh, we're dealing some hits now. That's much better. I always like to see when we're dealing some damage. Okay, one of you is nearly gone.
What are you doing?
I think we've already gone through this dialogue game. Game, are you having difficulty dealing with this? I am Terry Coleman. I seek the Shroud of the Unproved.
Then you seek your own doom.
That we do! Fortunately, you don't get all your spells back, which means that we can now just attack the two that remain. Now, you've only taken a tiny amount of damage, but now you are injured, and there's a lightning bolt flying everywhere, but it didn't actually hit us more than once. And that's the end of those wizards. You're deciding to shoot my party members? If you could stop doing that, that would be great. I'm getting the feeling that this dungeon has a problem or two. There are lots of things we can loot at least. And there's a door we can go through to get further in. Perhaps we could have avoided an encounter if we'd have just said that we weren't seeking the Shroud of the Unproved, but we got some experience, and that's always nice. How much did we get? 12,000 per wizard. That's not bad. And all of the negative spells that are affecting us are now gone. Let's rest. Brilliant. Now we can loot. And hopefully there's lots of loot that made fighting them worth it, because quarterstaffs don't quite cut it on the loot front. We have lots of bookcases, which tells me that we're going to get lots of scrolls. Maybe we'll even find some scrolls that you haven't learnt already, Edwin. Not likely at this point, but there might be. Okay, another one of these. Just some books. More books. Stone to flesh. Not a bad thing to have. Nothing. And nothing. Okay, so all we got were some scrolls for spells that we've already got, or we can't learn. We are getting to the point now where there are just spells that Edwin cannot learn because he doesn't have the ability to learn them. He doesn't have the capacity in his spell book. He'd need higher intelligence. Okay, this looks worrying, and I definitely think I should save after that tricky fight with the wizards.
Yeah, whatever you desire.
Could my opinion of this
Wait.
group drop any
Something
lower?
not right about this
Evidently
place.
so.
What is it?
The delicate balance, the nearly hidden wires. I see it more clearly now.
Avoid the cracked stones and the webbed openings. The clear openings and the pristine stones should be safe. Should?
Can you do better?
Good point. So we need to avoid the cracked stone and the webbing. Got it. We don't want to set off any traps here.
That's the best you can manage.
It's probably going to end terribly for us, so
Nothing to
let's
it.
move forward one. Forward. Forward. There. Here. There. Here. There. Okay, that gets us through. Good. We're going to do this one
Right,
party member
very
at a
well.
time, because if we get everyone to try and do this, somebody is going to stumble on one of the wrong tiles, and then calamity. And we've already seen what kind of calamity can befall us in this dungeon. I don't want more of that. I don't want a Jinn appearing out of nowhere, or magical traps that stab us with spikes and then send my rogue into the void beyond reality. I really don't want my rogue to go there. It's the only rogue that we have. Two more people to go. I can imagine Edwin grumbling as he's told exactly where to go and complaining that he knows perfectly well how the trap functions, when in reality he doesn't have a single clue and is relying on the guidance of Hexaat to avoid death. Edwin's just like that.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
we
ready.
got through that pretty safely. Hopefully we don't have to go back through that. Let's open the door. This screams danger. But then again, every room in this place has so far screamed danger to me.
What would you like?
There's a spider. Just
What would you have?
one spider? Okay, we can deal with just one spider. When I went through this the second time round, I had Dawn, Hexaat and Viconia use their unlimited ammunition to whittle down the spider, and then when the smaller spiders rushed forward, I had Dawn switch to his, well, I just triggered a trap that's a little awkward, but we should be able to deal with this. I had the melee combatants wait with their weapons to deal with the spiders, because the spiders shouldn't be too much of a problem. And there we go. Dealt with. Is there something I can loot there? If there is, I'm gonna wait for the web spell to fade away first, because I don't want to trigger any other encounters while we're so impeded. I mean, we could just use a freedom of movement spell, but then we can't haste, and we definitely want to be able to use haste. The web won't last too long. I didn't try not taking the items that were in the chest to see if the health of the statues that attacked us here would be any higher. Imagine their health being so low was something to do with the items we picked up. Though I don't know what one. Probably if we talked to the people there, we might have got some clues, but I decided not to.
Do it.
Oh, there's something here. Put your hand in my mouth. Do I really want to do this? I really don't feel like I want to do this. But I'm going to save and have Terry try anyway.
Very well.
This is going to end so badly. Who would enter the tomb of the prophet unproved? Answer now or return from whence you came. I am Terry Coleman. Answer my question, Terry Coleman, and prove yourself worthy. For Hakima predicted the birth of the great prophet. What are their names? Oh dear. Were they called... I do not know, actually. You do not know the names. Place your hand within my mouth. That's a little forward, don't you think? Place your hand within my mouth. Very well. Oh,
Whatever
we're
you
gonna have to read a book, aren't we, and find out. Dusty book, right. Place the applicant's hand in the central cavity, let the answers not be forgotten to the sands of time, and let the tragedy, the rest is faded and unreadable. At some point in the past, some clumsy soul has spilled liquid all over the pages of this ancient text, rendering it a blurred and curious mystery. Okay, not gonna learn anything from that one. There are more dusty tomes here. Let's do some reading. Although you cannot read the foreign scratch-like markings, this book is filled with beautiful illustrations of a strange and wonderful world unlike any you have seen. On one page, you note what you suspect is a djinn holding a crude lamp. This worn book looks centuries old, its pages yellowed and its ink faded by the passage of time. It is written in some long-forgotten language, and try as you might, you cannot decipher meaning from its foreign script. And finally, oh, this looks quite interesting. Centuries ago in the Zakaran desert, 4 Hakima, Rabia, Amina, Bilquis, and Sukanya, this is what we probably needed to read to be able to give this answer, predicted the birth of a great prophet who would lead Halwa into a golden age of prosperity and enlightenment. The mother of this auspicious child was to be a woman named Badiat, who did not even know she was pregnant until her husband, Muha, was slain fighting bandits at the Caliph's behest. The Hakima invited Badiat to live under the Caliph's protection. She quickly impressed the Caliph with her weaving, creating beautiful abas and katans. He added her to his harem and commanded his merchants to bring her the finest silks from every corner of the peninsula. This is a longer version, it would seem, of the story that we were told by the person who gave us this quest. The Caliph's first wife, Raffia, previously in charge of all weaving for the Caliph's household, grew jealous of Badiat. Finding an ally in the fourth Hakim, a wicked woman, she conspired to poison Badiat. The conspirators slew both mother and child, leaving the unborn baby a prophet unproved. Too late, the three virtuous Hakima discovered the crime and revealed it to the Caliph. Enraged, he ordered all four Hakima buried along with Badiat and her unborn child, as punishment for their failure to not just him, but all of Halwa. That is what we need to know. Let's put all of these on the floor, because these ones are completely useless. We should actually check to see if there are any other books, and I don't think there are any other books that I need to be too concerned about. Not there, certainly. But here, there might be some things I need to know. The cover of this elaborate tome is etched with intricate, swirling colours and patterns. With great effort, you manage to decipher the first page, which details the coronation of some long-forgotten prince, and decide not to continue. Quite wise. This book seems to detail the hereditary line of the Prophet Unproved, but the names hold no meaning to you. One curiosity you do note is that his father is unknown. Only his mother, Badiat, is mentioned. Okay.
Yes, if that's what
Now
you
let's
want.
make our way back over this and not step on the tiles that we're not meant to. This is probably where the danger comes in from being sent back here. Now let's see if we can answer this question properly. Answer my question, Terry, and prove yourself worthy. Four Hakima predicted the birth of the great prophet. What are their names? Rabia, Amina, Bilquis, and Sukaina. The prophet Unproved died before he left his mother's womb. Who killed him? The Caliph's first wife, Raffia. Who is the father of the prophet Unproved? Muha. What is the name of the mother of the Unproved, who was stolen from us before her time? We have two choices for Badiat. What is the Unproved's name? The Unproved had a name? The prophet never had the chance to have a name. This is the great tragedy of the Unproved. And the door is open. I was a little worried there that I'd missed a piece of information, but of course, the prophet Unproved never did get named. I think we're pretty close to the end here, which makes me concerned, as it should. Let's get ready.
Yes.
Let's get a haste going off here, and also ready the berserk. Go, and I think we should be ready with just this, and this is when we're not.
Do it.
Victory shall be ours. You know this.
Damn you, Terry. I spend years avoiding Loth and her servants, and you deliver me to this?
What? Flies in my web? No, this will not do.
Hello, Raffia. It will not do, mistress. It cannot be. As you say, mistress, this will not do. They cannot see.
Fly away, you. Go. Get out.
I am Terry Coleman. I have come for the Shroud of the Prophet Unproved.
Tattered and old and ragged thing. What do you want with it?
I seek it for a friend.
You'll not be friends long if you present them with that shabby glove.
That remains to be seen.
He was very specific about what he wanted. Nothing but the Shroud will do.
Will you give us the Shroud?
What?
I think we've angered Raffia. The fly has truly done it now. A lesson it will learn, and how.
I should kill you for such presumptuousness.
I meant no offense. I only meant to say, but if you've lived with the Shroud so long, you're probably sick of it by now. Fresh eyes might see things differently.
It was acceptable, tolerable work at the time. I have learned much since then. It would embarrass me to look upon it again.
You say you made the Shroud? Raffia made the Shroud and everything you see. Mistress of weaving, she. You are Raffia?
No longer. Now I am but a weaver.
One of unsurpassed skill. Please, gentle weaver, Grant my wish. Let me look upon the shroud of the unproved. I beg you.
So sweet you are. So charming.
Will this work? I have my fingers crossed. Sweet and charming, so says she. Hurtful? Harming? It cannot be.
Flatterer. Your words are kind, but I know what your words are worth. They slide like venom off your serpent's tongue. Die. Die like Badiat and your cursed monster.
Well, we tried. We tried. Time to deal
What is it now?
with Raffia. Okay. I think a fireball will do pretty well here. Ha! And we dealt some damage. We'll have you attack there, you attack there. Don't close the door, I actually want to just highlight this Korgan. Korgan and Korgan! Off you go! You attack there. You start firing with fire arrows. And we'll see what we can do about dealing with you.
What would you have
These opponents do not seem to be too dangerous. And there we go. Raffia, Killer of the Unproved, and his mother Badiat has been transformed into a giant spider who stands guard over her victim. Killing her was a mercy, I think. We get a potion,
Hands up, kiddies.
and
Who wants to
now
die?
we have
Very well.
one more thing to look at. And that is this tomb. Is it trapped?
Certainly.
Doesn't seem to be. It's not locked either. There it is. Shroud of the Unproved.
Let's get out of here.
We could go back and check there to see if we can get a reward from them for getting the shroud. So I'll do that first. Soon, this tomb may yet have something to offer us in the way of a reward.
Yes.
Is there anything else
What
here?
would you like?
Certainly nothing there. Can we use this to get quickly back to the other side? No, it has nothing to say to us. Okay. Now let's quickly do this.
Do it.
Wow, with haste I do forget how fast you move. You move really
I
quickly.
can do that.
We also don't need to worry about getting the Simulacrum Korgan across, because soon Simulacrum Korgan is not going to exist. But I have to say that encounter was not as dangerous as I thought it would be. Also, I recognize the model that they used for Raffia. I believe we encountered that enemy in the Cloakwood Forest in Baldur's Gate 1. And if memory serves, that fight was an extremely difficult one. Very difficult indeed.
Yes, a bit destiny awaits.
So let's quickly go here, and now Korgan number 2 is gone.
Very well.
When I first went over this and saw the thing saying that they were over encumbered, I thought everyone was over encumbered, but no, it was just Hexaat.
You want.
Now you're still here. You know, I'm actually curious about something. I'm
Bother me.
actually curious about something. What if I use Stone to Flesh on one of these wizards? We do have a Stone to Flesh somewhere, I think. There's a Stone to Flesh. I think we also just have it as a spell, don't we? We do! I could actually just prepare one and rest and see what happens.
What is it now?
I mean, worst case scenario, the wizard decides to try and kill us, but let's see what happens. Oh!
Mind your tongue.
That's what happens. They all decide to try and kill us. That's not encouraging at all.
Who stands at those?
Well, let's go about taking care of, well then, not that tough, that's for sure. That was a tiny amount of damage I dealt, and that wizard perished.
You have a
I
problem.
think it's safe to say that these wizards are not the most dangerous threat ever, but I
I'm busy, okay? I'm
didn't know
busy.
they'd attack me. I thought they'd be quite grateful to be back to life, but it would seem not. You do have spells, and you've now exploded. You did get 1,000 experience for killing them each. And Littlecore got one of their noses, so I'd say that was a success. Also, it seems like that noise is now going on forever. If we rest, will it stop? Yes. No, actually, it's going to keep going. I highly hope that leaving this place will get that to stop. It might very well not. Now, you're going to cast your spells to see us, and you're going to, move away. Now, if I talk to one of you,
You really need to clean me.
you
I
actually
like to
don't have
shine.
anything to say, it would seem. Neither do you. Or you. Or you. Okay, so there's literally nothing more that we could do here. And that is still going on, so, why don't you get us out of here?
I would leave this place.
So would I. It's creepy. And off we go! Out and away! And it's currently day. Best to put this back on. I haven't looked at this yet. Though named the Shroud of the Prophet Unproved, this cloth may better be described as the burial shroud of the unborn prophet's mother. It is believed to have significant magical properties. Unfortunately, you cannot determine what they are. Much like the previous item we got, it has unknown properties, and I get the feeling we might have been able to have used this bolt of fine silken cloth to maybe get the shroud without a
I
fight.
am ready.
But we didn't get much choice. And so, when we come back,
I've got to
folks,
take the shroud to Cabrina.
I'll come with you.
That isn't necessary.
Not necessary, but I'd like to do it all the same.
Very well, if you must.
All right. Ooh, we're going straight to more,
Hello, Hexaat. You're looking well, especially for someone who's just come from the Tomb of the Unproved. Have you got the shroud?
I do. I believe this concludes my business with Elle.
For the time being.
So Ella's satisfied to just let Hexaat go?
I was an employee, not a slave.
Hexaat has done what Elle asked of her, if not quite as promptly as he might have hoped in the case of Dragomir's cask.
But there is much Elle could offer a young vampire adrift in the world, and we all know this particular vampire has much to offer. There are no bridges burned here. If Hexaat needs something from Elle, she only has to ask.
I'll keep it in mind. See you around, Cabrina.
All the way around this time, I hope. Farewell, Hexaat.
Terry,
My magic has been interrupted.
I think we may be getting in the way. Off you go, Cabrina!
And that would seem to be that.
You're finally free.
Free, yes. I dreaded this moment.
Oh?
While Elle is to blame for my current state, she at least gave me a goal, a reason to keep moving forward in the world.
Stay with me, Hexaat. I've goals enough for both of us.
Oh, yes? What goals are those then?
Riches, fame, glory, gold, prestige, treasure, honor, prosperity. I'm sure I'm missing something. Did I mention riches and fame?
Sounds good. But what will we do the day after tomorrow?
Spend all the riches? Sounds like a good plan. And so, when we come back, folks, Elle finally has no more business with Hexaat. She's free to do whatever she pleases. And that is working with us. And that's always good. We have a few things to sell from the dungeon, and then we can report on our success to the leader of the Shadow Thieves. I'm just glad we were able to finish off that quest for Hexaat so quickly, barring that minor thing with her breaking the realms of reality. I tend to have people break the realms of reality in the games I play. I don't know why. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.